Alright, we're going to be doing a bit of a comparison today between the M2 MacBook Air and the iPad Pro. This time mainly to help out the students who are on a budget and definitely want to make the right decision between the two. So there's a bunch of reasons why someone might lean towards getting an iPad for school instead of a normal laptop, and that's mainly all because of the Apple Pencil. So before we get into some technical comparisons, I want to talk about the prices of these two devices. So in the UK, you can buy the base model 13-inch M2 MacBook Air for £1,150, which is definitely not cheap. But then when you look at the iPad Pro, it becomes a bit of a confusing comparison because if you want the 12.9 inch, so at least close to the size of the 13-inch MacBook Air, you're going to need to pay another $100, so it starts at $1,250. But then you need to consider the fact that you're still not really getting the benefits of the iPad you paid for, so you're most likely going to want to get an Apple Pencil that costs another $140. But then you also don't have a physical keyboard yet, which happens to be default for most laptops, at least I'd hope. And I hate to say it, but if you want the exact same typing experience that the physical keyboard on the M2 MacBook Air gives you, you're going to have to dish out another $279 for the keyboard folio case. And that's not even the Magic Keyboard that floats, by the way. So then you sum up the total and you see that you're at $1,669, which is very pricey. So my conclusion for this video, which I'm just going to tell you up front, is that 90% of students who are looking for a device should just get an M2 MacBook Air or just a laptop and write anything they need to write down on paper. And that basically comes down to the fact that iPads are definitely not laptop replacements, at least not yet. Honestly, I genuinely love that we're trying to push iPad hardware to get as good as laptops, but we're just not there right now. We have M2, which is literally the same chip that's on the M2 MacBook Air. So yeah, this is by far the best performing tablet in existence. Sure, you can even edit videos in DaVinci Resolve now, so they're definitely targeting a somewhat professional market with this tablet. And heck, you even get a keyboard that is literally identical to the one on the MacBook. And we'll ignore the fact that it's not lappable at all because of how heavy it is. There's nothing you can really do about that unless you make the bottom half of the case heavy as which would not end well. But putting it all together, it's still an iPad, still runs iPad OS, still only has a single USB port, and to even get the physical keyboard of the M2 MacBook Air, you're paying well over that price anyway. There's very few people I would actually recommend getting an iPad instead of a laptop for, and that's pretty much if you only need a digital, handwritten, note-taking device, which is very few people. But that's pretty much been it for this quick comparison. Thanks for watching this video, hope you enjoyed or found it useful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.